Welcome to Pathfinder. Today is Friday, March 22nd. I'm your anchor, Riley Gerard. Here is today's news. There's now an incentive for students to meet their goals on the NWEA test. Pathfinder news reporter Annie Hobart tells us what the incentive is and why there is one.
Every year in the fall, winter, and spring, students take the NWEA test. It's a test that shows how Pathfinder students compare to other students across the nation. If our scores are bad, it could have an impact on students, staff, and the school. That's why Lori Hallett created a incentive this year. In the winter, students were given candy if they met their growth goal. Now, in the spring, Hallett has something bigger planned.
Bigger, I am thinking of doing a Kona truck. So again, it's just to get your guys' buy-in, to make you want to do well too, because I know always incentives work well with middle schoolers.
In the end, Hallett and your teachers just want you to grow and do well on the test. The spring NWEA test starts on April 10th. For Pathfinder News, I'm Annie Holbert.
We've seen Roxy around, but now there are way more than before. Now every school in Pinckney has a dog or has one coming to their school. Pathfinder News reporter Landon Allen barks in to tell us more about these new furry friends.
Last year, Pathfinder Navigator received Roxy and Willow through the Therapy Dog Project. This year, Pinckney has officially completed the project. Now every school in the district has a furry friend. Jack is in training to be at the high school, Skipper is at Country Elementary, and Ruby is at Farley. Ruth Smart, who is in charge of the program, says these dogs have made a huge impact on not only the students but the adults too.
Gives students a sense of security. They can read to the therapy dog. It gives them a little bit of a confidence boost. The dog is there in their classroom to provide support. I can tell you that students who have had attendance issues, we've used the therapy dogs as a reward, and it has helped get these kids to school.
Jack is still in training and is hoping to be at the high school by the end of the summer. Here at Pinckney, we are very lucky to have these amazing therapy dogs in our classrooms. For Pathfinder News, I'm Landon Allen.
We see them, we hear them, but what do they mean? Middle school slang is taking over Pathfinder. Pathfinder News reporter Alex Cosrud breaks down a few slang terms and how they are used.
New developed slang terms such as Riz, Sigma, Alpha, and Mewing flood Pathfinder hallways and classrooms daily, leaving the teachers flabbergasted. So let's uncover their meanings and why students use them. The term Riz is described as good charm, for the older crowd, basically being good at flirting. Sigma is described as strong and alpha, while the term alpha is said to be someone who is a leader. Mewing is an action for being silent and keeping your jawline sharp. Pathfinder students say these terms help with their vocabulary by shortening their sentences.
It just makes it shorter so they don't have to explain a lot, you know? It doesn't so you don't have to say a huge thing if you're getting sick and don't hear your voice.
Peyton says that although these words and phrases are fun, students should make sure that they are school appropriate. For Pathfinder News, I'm Alex Cosrud.
One of the CTL's events is happening today, the Spring Fling. There will be activities like face painting, dancing, crafts, and Roblox. Bring money for concessions and a few activities that require tickets. Tickets are 50 cents. They are also taking cans for the Gleaners Food Bank. Bring 5 canned goods to get a raffle ticket, and you could win a basket full of prizes. April showers mean spring games delayed for hours. Pathfinder News reporter Easton Clausen spoke to the Pinckney athletic director about what the process is like to reschedule a game due to bad weather.
A major characteristic of a spring sport is that they practice outdoors, which means practices and games can be canceled due to bad weather. Brian Morlow is the athletic director at Pinckney and makes the final call if a sport is canceled for the day. He says it depends on the sport. For example, if there is rain, tennis can't be played due to the wet court, whereas for baseball and other sports, games get canceled because of lightning and thunder.
If the weather is bad and we need to cancel or postpone a game, I call the other school's AD, so whoever we're playing that day, and we find a couple dates that will work for them and us.
If there's bad weather for a championship game, then they will reschedule it. But if it is just against a team that is not in our league, then we don't have to reschedule it. For Pathfinder News, I'm Easton Clausen.
And that's all we have for today. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic Friday and spring break.